Welcome to 200 Days of Minecraft. In this video, we're going to be playing Minecraft for another 100 days. We're carrying on from my 100 Days of Minecraft video, so make sure to watch that first. Here's our area at the moment. We did a lot in those 100 days, but I'm ready to do more. These videos take a very long time to record, so if you do enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe button, but let's hop back in. So by popular demand, we're back with day 101, where we start off by making ourselves a wool farm, as we needed beds as we are heading back to the Nether. I actually live streamed this whole process on Twitch, and unfortunately some of my footage corrupted, which is why you're seeing most of this from a third-person perspective. And if you want to catch my live streams, we're over on twitch.tv/Smallishbeans. And as I was streaming, I asked my chat to help me come up with the name for my armor. So we had Jeremy's thick thighs for my legs. For my shoes, I had them called donkey shoes, but no, they were changed to bean booties, which I think is quite fitting. And here you can see our destruction in our search for ancient debris. Also, here's my dog, who made an appearance on the stream. Isn't she very cute? But you're not here for that. You're here to see me upgrade my chest plate to Jeremy's beefy bra. And after 7 days of torture in the Nether, we had full Netherite armor. So then I got working on my next project, which is a pumpkin and melon farm. We're going to need a lot of pistons, a lot of note blocks, and a lot of observers for this. And I was running quite low on resources such as wood, etc. So I decided to go gather a load, plus some glowstone, which will be a part of the farm slightly. But the thing I needed the most was hoppers, and oh my gosh, I ran out of iron so quickly. I had to actually make the farm a lot smaller than I was originally planning to, because it just cost so much iron. I actually ran out halfway through, so I had to head back into my mine in day 109 and do a load of strip mining, where nothing really that interesting happened. I did find about 20 diamonds, I think, in total. But more importantly, I got all of the iron I needed to finish off the hoppers that were going to be used. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm making a pumpkin and melon farm, it's because we're going to need a lot of emeralds, and pumpkins and melons are one of the best way to get emeralds through villagers. Originally, I just planned to do the 100 days, but now I'm going to need a lot of emeralds in the future to upgrade my gear more, etc. So I wanted to do this early on so I could just passively get emeralds and not have to ever worry about getting emeralds again. And you'll see in a bit, when this farm is finished, it just starts churning out those melons and pumpkins. I used some bone meal to speed up the process early on, meaning it got working really quickly, and then I covered up the note blocks because they sound horrible, and got gathering some materials, as we're not going to just leave it looking like that. That looks ugly. Oh no, no. Instead, we are going to make this look nice. That's right, we're building another building in our area. Our area is just expanding constantly. You can see this took around 3 or 4 days to build, so not too shabby. And I made it look like a pumpkin and melon farm with some huge pumpkins and melons on the top of it, of course. And look how much we're getting already. Easy, cheap emeralds. But at the moment, we only have one farmer villager, so I soon changed that, went had a little sleep with him, of course, and then got converting this guy into a lovely farmer. However, I'd ran out of spider's eyes, so I spent the rest of the day chilling, just doing some chores, etc., listening to this. You dance, Leonardo DiCaprio. Made the wool farm look a bit nicer, did some more trading, and watched the sunset, and we went off and killed a load of spiders, as well as some creepers, as we desperately need gunpowder all the time at the moment with the elytra, and the splash potions, of course. And then we converted this fella here, and while he was converting, I started working on the basement area of our villager hall, making it look a bit nicer, but I soon figured out he was converted, and I was just too desperate to get those emeralds, baby. Put him in here. Unfortunately, his trades aren't as good as the other one. He doesn't trade pumpkins, so we might have to get some more in a bit. But I was sick of using a diamond sword, so yeah, we went back to the Nether once again to get some ancient debris. This stuff is just too important to just leave. And we managed to get enough to convert our Chicken Slayer 3000 into a Chicken Slayer 4000. And this made me realize I've not killed as many chickens as I should be doing, so I went and actually got a chicken, led him all the way back to our base. I had to go pretty far to find one because I killed all the ones in the area. And then we got working on an automatic chicken dispenser. What you do is you put some chickens in the top here, and then when they lay an egg, it'll be picked up and automatically dispensed, creating hopefully some baby chickens, which will then turn into adult chickens, which we can kill easy. So I put my original chicken in there, and also had to go get some other chickens as well, put them in and bred them up. We're probably going to get about 20 or so, but I also made the killing floor look nice as well. Made it look dark and mysterious. But in my head, I've got this plan of things I want to do, and one of those things is to get a beacon. So I headed to the Nether to try and find some wither skeleton skulls, because I could probably kill the wither boss with ease. However, getting the skulls not so much with ease. My fortress nearby me was terrible, so luckily I stumbled across another fortress not too far away, just underneath this little bit here, with a lot more wither skeletons spawning in. However, I spent the next 3 or 4 days just killing wither skeletons and not getting lucky. I kept running out of food and having to come back, but I really want that nether star so I can get a beacon, so I can do some other stuff like dig out massive holes for mob farms, etc. So we just need those wither skeleton skulls, but we just didn't get lucky and it was driving me insane. I managed to kill 68 and not get a skull. So new plan, we bought some food. We then went and dug this hole down here to our villager hall underneath. The plan is to get a looting free trade, and oh my gosh, this took a long time to get. I got 6 mending before I finally got the looting free, which I bought straight away and added onto the Chicken Slayer 4000. And that's right, we're heading straight back to the nether, and what you're about to watch is my hell. We got our first skull only 12 kills later. Our second took a bit longer to get, but we managed to get it, as you can see here, at around 113 wither skeleton kills. Then days passed. This happened at one point, which is, to be honest, the most interesting part about these past 4 days. Can't believe I survived that, to be honest. And then it was just kills after kill. I didn't record all of them until eventually we got our third wither skeleton head after 224 kills. I was in the nether for nearly 2 hours. And here are the spoils. Oh my gosh, look at all those blaze rod's bones. We're going to be good for life with that. I then enchanted some tools as I had so much XP from killing wither skeletons, and I set out to kill the wither, and it took about 3 minutes or so to do this, and it was horrible. My method kind of failed. Last time I did this, I killed it with ease, but here, I was struggling quite a lot. But we got into a rhythm and didn't die, although we got very close at many occasions, to be honest with you. And finally, we killed the wither, and I almost lost the nether star to blooming lava there, so I'm glad that I didn't. That would have been 3 hours wasted, but look at it. It's beautiful. I slept, and then I turned that bad boy into a beacon and started crafting some of my emeralds into blocks. I also bought some mending books to put on my axe and my shovel to make sure that I don't break them again. And at this point, my emerald income was just too slow, so I was like, I need more farmer villagers to trade pumpkins to, and we just spent ages, like literally a few days here, just trying to convert these guys, trying to get some pumpkin trades. All 3 of these villagers here didn't have pumpkin trades, believe it or not. I did, however, manage to convert the basement of our villager center into a nice place for more villagers to go. When I came back, one of my villagers just disappeared, which was nice, and I only actually had 2 left somehow. Either way, I got them up into the villager trading center. I just hate villagers with a passion. Like, they are so annoying to move around, etc. They always want to run off. And after getting some carrots to trade with these guys, I leveled them both up to find that neither of them traded pumpkins for emeralds. So, yep, they had to die. I just had to kill them. I was so frustrated. I then headed to the nether because I needed more gold for golden apples. Look at this, though. I found some ancient debris at Y level 68 or something like that. It just was there. I don't know how rare that is, but I was pretty happy with that. But I got myself some gold, and this time round, I decided that I'm going to trade with the villagers first and then convert them, so I'm not wasting the golden apples, etc. However, I kept getting really unlucky, so a lot of villagers died. I used different methods to kill the villagers until finally I got that beloved pumpkin trade, and I got Jeremy the zombie in a minecart somehow. I don't know how this happened, but I was very annoyed. But eventually we got him back in his little hole, and we got our villager to convert, and I also tried to get everyone, and I just couldn't, so I just had to go and relax with some music with my parrots. I really needed that. I really needed that. But eventually we got this guy into the trading center, and we could trade pumpkins with 2 of our villagers now, which was lovely. And as you can see, the emeralds are now starting to stack up. Our beacon is starting to look quite good. I had some leftover leather as well, so I decided to make some books to trade with my librarian villager to get some more emeralds. And we can't get haste 2 yet, but we can get haste 1. So I actually activated the beacon, giving us that extra mining and digging in our area. I then went and tried to get a cactus. I'm going to be working on a creeper farm, as I love flying around and I need rockets. So I used a design by a guy called Chapman on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description if I remember. If not, here's a screenshot right now. And this is a really simple but awesome design. I didn't want to make a massive creeper farm as it's just me in the world. I don't need tons of gunpowder. And it's very simple how it works. You just make it so that only creepers can spawn in. You have your cats in there, which is why I wanted to find some cats in a village. Instead, we had to use Barry and Sandra. They weren't really doing anything anyway, so at least they've got a job now. Before they were unemployed, but I do kind of feel bad just leaving them in a cobblestone cave with creepers and nothing else really. It's kind of mean. Oh well, either way, we got setting up this lovely creeper farm, which was very easy to construct. It only took about 30 minutes or so, and most of that was just me gathering materials. I even added a little message there for the creepers just before they're going to die. It said bye bye creeper, because I'm sadistic like that. And this will work when you're in the area, but the way it works best is if you're on an AFK platform really high up. So that's what I did. I built an AFK platform and I literally just AFK'd for a day. I just sat here, edited a bit of this video in fact. And there you can see a day going past in a very weird time lapse, but we headed back down, slept in our bed, and then I broke the bed for some reason. This will become very important later. Anyway, I just got over a stack of gunpowder, which was perfect for me as I managed to make 3 stacks of rockets, meaning I can fly around and not have to worry anymore. But what I was worried about, other than getting emeralds, was that big ugly cobblestone box that was there. So I decided to cover up the area with grass, making sure that no mobs could spawn in there. And then this happened. I heard a zombie in here, so I went to check it out. Ruined my creeper farm, and then died. And you notice how I didn't have that bed earlier? Yeah, I spawned back in the jungle where we started on day 1, 2,000 blocks away. Good. So yes, we're on day 149, about to approach the halfway point in this video, and I'm walking back with no tools, having to eat raw meat and kill sheep with a wooden sword to make a bed to sleep in the open 1,000 blocks away. But finally, we got back home. We picked up all our stuff. It was all still there, of course, because there was no chunks loading in, meaning it couldn't despawn. I did think I'd lost my pickaxe for a while. Turns out it was in the chest where I collected the gunpowder, so whew. I then fixed the massive hole I just made and got back working on filling this in with some dirt, and it's looking so much better now. Oh, and our emerald collection's looking pretty good as well. However, at this point, I was a bit sick and tired of looking at how ugly parts of my area were, so I decided to neaten them up. And the first thing I did was build an enclosure for our automatic chicken farm, and obviously, it had to be a chicken. However, this chicken does have a sword through its back to make sure people know this is a place where chickens die. But I added some leaves, etc., made it look all nice and overgrown, and I realised whilst building this that my creeper farm entrance was right next to this, so sticking with the same theme, I decided to make an overgrown creeper head. And don't worry, it starts to look a bit better later. First though, I had to head to the nether, and when I got there, my portal got blown up by a ghast, so I had to kill the ghast to get its gunpowder, then had to head back to the nether fortress to kill a blaze for blaze powder. I killed a wither skeleton for coal, and guess what? It dropped a blooming wither skull. But I managed to make the fire charge to relight the portal, and then we got gathering what we actually came for originally was just a bit of blackstone, so we could do the eyes of the creeper here. And yes, I was very triggered about that wither skull. I can't believe I spent so long and I got one when I don't need one anymore. But look, the creeper's looking quite good. Let's focus on that for now. And I really like building in this overgrown style. I just think it looks really nice, and you can add like leaves everywhere, etc., and added a path up to it, and it's all functioning, which is perfect. I of course had to add a path up to it. I did some more trading for some more emeralds to add to my beacon. Still quite a bit off at the moment though, and I noticed there's a lot of just blank space in between most of my areas, so I decided to fill it with some farms. So that's what I did here. I made some like sort of wheat farms, carrot farms, made it look all nice and stuff, and I think it actually turned out looking rather pretty, especially in this sunset. Ooh, isn't it lovely? Anyway, let's sleep and add more emeralds to our beacon. Oh, I need that haste too. But what I also need is to visit a desert and savanna, because I've spent this entire time, 160 days, and not been to a desert yet. On the way, I found some cool stuff, as you can see here, but eventually we got there, got our cacti. Oh, and of course I had to yoink the village bell. I always do this for some reason. And in case you're wondering, the nearest desert to me is 2,000 blocks away. That's good. The desert pyramid was not very eventful, but look at that cool little fly out the top there. I managed to get myself some acacia wood and an acacia sapling. But while I was on the ocean, I had an idea, and that idea, of course, was to get some turtle eggs. Don't they look so cute when they're mating? Oh, adorable. But anyway, you see that one pop up there because she's got some eggs for us, and I waited a while, had to clear out some sand, but eventually she popped them out, and of course I just yoinked them instantly. I'm sorry, love, I have to have your children. Also found a shipwreck on the way with a treasure map, so I decided to go get that quickly. Wasn't that quick, took forever to find it, but we did manage to get it eventually. Was it worth it? Probably not, but we are getting quite low on iron, so probably yes. And by the time we got home, we're on day 161, where we got chopping down our spruce tree because I was kind of getting sick of that being there. And we also got working on a beach for our turtles, of course. Now, this is a private beach, of course, which means no wandering traders and especially no other mobs getting in. So I enclosed the entire area, adding a little glass bit around the water and walls around the edges. I actually did this on live stream. And this golem here, I'm sorry, he had to go. I know he's protecting our area, but he was going to stand on my eggs. And I time-lapsed me placing this glass pane here. My gosh, I hate this. Placing glass pane in water, the worst. But we set our eggs down, and these next few days last a lot longer than all the others because, if you didn't know, turtle eggs hatch more easily at night time. And with most of this challenge, I'm sleeping as much as possible because I wanted the days to go quicker. This video would have taken twice as long if I didn't sleep at all in Minecraft. Anyway, I headed home after getting some coral, forgot about the whole turtles hatching at night thing, so I slept and then got decorating our little private beach area with some sea pickles and stuff to make sure no zombies spawn in the water, etc. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure they can't. Maybe drowned can? I don't know. Either way, we got working on some buckets as we wanted to get some fish to live with our turtles, and I managed to get a load of tropical fish. However, at this point, my elytra broke, which was not good. Still haven't put Unbreaking free on that. Probably should do that, but I just don't have a buck, so I had to head to shore and row all the way back. Also, I don't have a spawner, so at the moment, all I do to fix my gear is just trade with villagers, but I got naming all my fish. Of course, the first one was called Jeremy. Then I let people from my Twitch chat decide the others, and they're all swimming around happily in here. I bone milled the ground for them to make it look all nice, and then I got working on a little path down to the beach, and this is the point where I stopped sleeping. I made some cute little beach chairs with some umbrellas, of course, and then I got working on a cactus farm because they're really easy to make, and I wanted to hang around this area so that my turtle eggs would have the best chance of hatching, as they can take a long time. So I got digging down, as this cactus farm is going to be underground, killed some chickens, of course, every time I could, and look, our first crack. Somehow I was magically watching, and also I noticed some salmon spawned in, so I killed them because, like I said earlier, private beach. And I didn't want to make a huge cactus farm, so I hollowed out this area with relative ease. I kept breaking into some parts of the river though, but luckily I planned it out pretty well, and then I got decorating the interior as well. I was live streaming, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to make this look nice, and it ended up looking like a really cool underground room. But do you know what isn't cool? That's right, phantoms spawned for the first time. This is my first time having phantoms on this world because I've been sleeping so much, and oh boy, I didn't miss them, even if they would help fix my elytra, but I didn't really kill any anyway. I was too busy focusing on making this cactus farm look nice. So much so that I didn't even hear the eggs crash, so when I came up to my surface, I found that I had two little baby turtles. Look how cute they are. I love them so much. And of course, I had to give them some name tags. And the first one had to be called Turtle Jeremy, and the second one was called Sir Crush from Finding Nemo. It started raining at this point, which I hated, but you know what I didn't hate? This guy here. How did he get here? I had no idea, but I love him. I listened to some music to get rid of the sound of the rain, and then we slept and got on to day 171, where we got finishing off our cactus farm. You can see it's looking quite nice. Had to get some sand to put on here, and then obviously the cacti and the fences. Got our little stuff we get from turtles. Can't remember what it's called, but it's got a weird name. And finished off this farm with relative ease. I wanted to have glass on the bottom so I could have like a little underground area where I'd have the chest, etc. And look, I gave this guy a name. Halfway Harry, he's called. I then made my first water elevator because I love these things and I hadn't had a chance to make one yet. And then we added on the floor and some lanterns, and we finished off our cactus farm, and we'd already got like 3 cacti. I'd thrown 9 down myself when I was testing it out. And oh look, more turtle eggs. Yay, 4 turtle eggs. That's so many. Also, checked my melon and pumpkin farm to find tons to get so many emeralds, and then I wanted to do some mining. I don't know why, I just fancied mining on day 175, and we did 2 days of mining where we got, I think it was like 6 diamonds. I think I'll show you in a second, yeah. 9 diamonds. Wow, so impressive after 2 days of mining. Anyway, back to the surface, and I'm reminding you that yes, I'm still trading emeralds. I also got loads of gunpowder from my creeper farm and sugarcane. Oh, and I realized I hadn't made an ender chest yet, so I decided to make one. I actually made 2 because then I can have one in my inventory, and then I can just get whatever I want from it wherever I am, etc. And speaking of the end, I wanted to get some shulker boxes. I hadn't really got any shulkers from before. I'm pretty sure if I did, I think I lost the shulker boxes, but anyway, I got the dragon head as well because I hadn't got one of those, and I managed to kill a load of shulkers before setting off back home. And actually, I didn't get home, I got back to spawn. Yay. So I had to make the long journey all the way back to my base again. However, I got my minuses mixed up on my coordinates, so I went to -800, 2000 rather than 800 minus 2000, which was a nightmare, but we got home eventually, made our shulker boxes. I actually dyed them all different colours, put rockets in one, put it in my ender chest, and then got working on another project. I had to get a load of materials from the nether for this, including a lot of quartz. Unfortunately, my pickaxe didn't have fortune, so the quartz getting was quite slow, so I actually went and got a fortune free buck from my villager and put that on my pickaxe, which drastically improved mining quartz. Also plopped the dragon head on here because I thought it looked quite cool. And after spending pretty much a full day in the nether mining quartz, I finally had enough to come back and smelt it into smooth quartz. Oh, and I also got a cartographer villager. You will see why in a little bit. I had to convert him as well because the maps were 7 emeralds and I ain't paying that price. No, I'm paying 1 emerald. That's right, fella. And then I spent the next couple of days just gathering / crafting materials for this project, trading with my little cartographer dude here. Look how cheap they are now. Ooh, lovely. Back to the nether, of course, to get some soul soil to make some soul lanterns, as we're going to be using them for the first time. And then we got building our map room. That's right, this is going to be where we have a massive map over time. This will hopefully start to look really cool. If I continue this past day 200, this will look really awesome. Trust me on that. I did run out of materials halfway through building it though, which is why here I'm just doing some other stuff, including completing the beacon, baby. That's right, we've got that haste too. I'm so happy. Look how happy I am. I was jumping, I was punching the air and adding emeralds to my emerald stand thing, and then I finished off the roof of our map room. It's kind of like this glass dome. It looks very different to everything else in my area, but you know what? I kind of like it. I think it looks quite funky. And more importantly, we started working on our map. We actually only did the first 9 because honestly, I was just a bit lazy. But look, it's looking quite cool so far. You can see our little area down there. That's very nice. I then used my enchantment points from mining quartz to try and get a silk touch shovel, but I couldn't get one. So instead I did it the old-fashioned way by trading with this villager loads of times. So they gave me the one I wanted and we managed to get that silk touch and added it onto our shovel. Why, you ask? Well, grass. That's why, because I wanted to completely change all this podzol in my area to grass, and look how much nicer it looks. Even adding on a little pathway, linking up our area beautifully. Everything's coming together now, including the murder of chickens. I was so happy I decided to make myself a cake and have a little snack on it while I was watching the sunset. It was lovely. But you know what's not lovely? My diamond collection. I don't even have a stack, and that was one of my goals when I first started this. I wanted at least a stack of diamonds, so I went mining. First day, got none. Second day, fortune free, baby, 15 diamonds. Let's go. A stack and a bit. But I have no one to share these diamonds with, so that's right. I went out on a little adventure to a spruce biome where I found a baby fox, and I stole him from his parents because he's mine now and I wanted to take him home. And we shared some good times together. We went on a little adventure. We're about 500 blocks to travel. He kept trying to escape from me and I actually lost my lead at one point, so I had to dig him into this hole here and then come back and get him later. And I had no idea how much foxes hate chickens. I think they hate chickens more than me. This guy was passionate about hating chickens. Look, he was just killing them and escaping and trying to kill them as much as he can, which in my eyes made him even more cute. He even slept close by to me. You can see him there curling up. Look at him attack this chicken. Also, he was so nimble. Look at this guy fly. What the heck? I called him Andrew and I loved him. However, disaster struck. Andrew died. This wolf killed him. I was so angry. You have no idea, guys. I was so close to home and Andrew got killed by a wolf, so I decided to kill this wolf here just as payback. And I had to go back and listen to some music to relax. So not wanting to do the exact same journey again, I set out in search of other animals. Found this polar bear, he looked pretty friendly, but didn't want to take him home. Instead, I went and got myself some bees, baby. I like bees, although they do have a tendency to sting you, but you know what? I don't care. I wanted to treat these bees to some nice trees and flowers. Instead, I made a massive spruce tree, which isn't really suitable for the bees, as you can't really put a beehive on them. But hey, it looked pretty cool, and I also did build a tree for the bees. Had to go get some leaves, obviously, but then we made a nice oak tree for these bees just in the center of our area here next to our beacon. Put the bee nest on it, and these guys weren't going anywhere. I leaded them up to this fence post, gave them both names. The first one, of course, Beatrice, and the second one was of course called Buzz Lightyear because I'm terrible with names. I then went and gathered a load of sand because for our final day, day 200, we're going to head back to the nether as I want full netherite tools. I used some TNT this time as a bit of a treat as we're on day 200. Managed to get some ancient debris with relative ease, and then we headed home and smelted it and managed to convert both our axe and our shovel into netherite tools, which means all our tools apart from our hoe are converted. And there we have it, day 201, full netherite armor, so many resources, and you know what? We have made a lot of progress here. We've got so many resources, we've got a really nice looking area now. You can see me flying around it here, our map room, our turtles, everything's come together. And you know what? That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you another time. Goodbye.